just long enough for me to forget about them.
Just well, I'll tell you, when you sign on to Instagram now, it's like insane. Everybody's live.
Everyone. Oh my God.
Everyone. Like, okay, you got way more. You probably follow way more. I don't know though if you follow more than me, but yeah. Oh, actually, there's only 6 people live on my feed right now.
Sorry, my messenger was stuck on here. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've got 6.
And I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, they're popping on.
4 that are gone live.
Wait, they're popping on. They're popping on now.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The whale on tonight's episode.
I'll tell you. I popped into whenever Justin Bieber does a live, I pop on just because I want to see how many fucking people are on there. Holy shit. There had to have been 200,000 just alone watching. Like, I just pop on to see the numbers.
And every comment is like, I love you, Bieber.
Yeah, it's him and his wife. And but I'm just like, if I see somebody big, I'll always pop on because I'm like, I need to see how many.
Cardi B. Anytime Cardi B goes live, I'm like, what is she gonna say?
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, her political comments, I'm dead.
She has points.
When she does, but just like with those nails, and she's just talking about Trump. I was dying. The last one she did, I was dying.
I wish she could come. I wish she could go get him because, like, a lot of people remember when Tommy Lauren was coming for her.
Oh yeah, that crazy white girl with the guns.
Yeah, and she was like, "Don't make me dog walk you." I was like, "This is my favorite song. Love this poem. Please."
That's right. I haven't seen anything about that crazy bitch in a long time, that white girl with the guns.
If we say her name one more time, she'll appear like the Candyman, so let's not.
I know, so we'll just call her the crazy white girl with the guns. All right, my favorite meme, what am I saying? Meme, right? My favorite meme of the day is Carol and the tiger. Okay?
Why men great till they gotta be 8?
Did you see that?
A lot of people being like, my friend Crystal had a good point. A lot of people are like, oh, I'll never watch that because of animal abuse. And it's like, okay, but you eat meat. And you're talking about animal abuse. And those tigers, my friend Crystal was like, those tigers were treated better than the animals. And
those tigers were living the YOLO life. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Just the food alone that they hocked out of the Walmart dumpsters for them was like a fucking treat.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. A lot of people are like, I refuse to watch animal abuse. And it's like, I just saw you post a steak.
You know what? Listen.
That I was about to say that beef didn't have a good life. That cow didn't have a good life.
But, you know, I have to say nothing gets on my nerves more than those PETA people. Like, I don't know. They get on my nerves. Like, they get a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. I love me a pig. I do. They're cute, but I love bacon more. I can't stop it.
Cindy.
It's terrible.
I wish I could. I know I could stop eating meat if I tried, and I will say it's one of my goals.
Yeah.
But mostly for me, it's like I have done mostly like veggie diets before or pescatarian, and I feel better. But you eat seafood then, right? Yeah, but then I feel weird being like, but I don't give a fuck about fish.
I know. It's like, fuck the shrimp.
Yeah, but I hope like in the next like 5 years I could at least like eat mostly vegetables. And like I could live without steak, like a steak. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't eat much of that. But I got to tell you, I like a good burger. Mm-hmm. And I like some bacon. I did have bacon. I am the worst Muslim ever.
Yes!
As I drink my Truly and eat my bacon, but I don't know. It's what's in my heart, right?
Well, you're not practicing.
No, I don't know. I
mean, I'm a Catholic girl, and I ain't eating fish on Fridays. Come on. I was raised Catholic, but I'm not practicing, you know?
What did you see that one tweet that was like, damn it, when I said I want to give things up for Lent, I didn't mean this much. or for Lent or whatever.
That's a good one.
It's like, I didn't mean to give up this much for Lent.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. You know, I mean, the coronavirus jokes are going to be strong after this. And like you said,
at least a year.
It's got to be everyone's different spin on it, you know?
My favorite one is, I was like, my mom would have been all about this social distancing thing because she always thought white people stood too close to each other. We would be in the grocery store and she'd be like, why the heck are they so close to me? Do they not understand it's rude? Meanwhile, like, our family members don't understand personal space, but to her, it's like, okay, it was okay if it's your family, but if you don't know somebody, it's like at least an arm's distance.
Right. Now, and I was raised the opposite in the Italian family.
Oh, God, they're all double social distancing, aren't they?
They did, poor things. They all paid for it dearly.
When the whole family lives in the house.
They paid those poor, well, so many people in Italy were elderly, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Italian. In Spain, too, the Spanish people are very much like Italian. They're very close, huggy, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I definitely have the Italian part of me where I like, we hug everybody. That's just our nature. And
Baja hugged the other day. I saw somebody and they came running towards me. I was like, stay where you are, please.
Yeah, I know. I dropped off some food to Sherelle the other day and we had to like chat for like a car length away and we're like, couldn't even give her a hug, you know?
Yeah, I dropped flowers off for her.
Yeah. Yeah, she's you know, everybody's having a hard time with
all of our comedy friends, especially because all of us had like things going on in our life, but at the open mics we could all just kind of come together and like get our laugh on. And now the virtual things or it's cool to have a connection and to hear your friend's voice, but it was more of the hi, like, how are you? Let me hug you. Let me sit next to you.
Right. Exactly. You know, and I miss all you guys because you keep me young and I miss, you know, everybody going up on stage and, you know, the banter and, you know, it's, you know, this old lady and all my youngsters there. I have my Greg Owen to show up for me, but, you know.
God, he's so funny.
Yeah. But, yeah, I know it's tough. And I mean, let's face it, comics, they got a lot of problems. You know? I think a lot of the comics have a lot. You know what?
Struggle with mental health a lot.
And we do, and it's a lot of anxiety. And isn't it the most bizarre thing that getting on stage and doing the most scariest thing calms you?
Yes.
It's so bizarre, isn't it?
Like, it's kind of like addicting too, because it would be like, I don't feel well. I'm gonna go to this mic, and making other people laugh makes me feel better. But then sometimes it's scary because it's like, okay, I'm making, like, the times that I was, like, killing it or doing really well, like, I can correlate that with the times that I was the most depressed.
Isn't that the most bizarre thing? But, yeah, I mean, that's something I definitely noticed now that I'm, you know, started doing comedy. I was like, it's just one big old broken batch of people, and we're all in it together. And it's kind of amazing that some of this, what other people would find terrifying, we can just get up there and do, even though we have anxiety and depression. It's like the strangest thing. That's like the complete opposite, you know?
What it would do to have a bar ignoring me right now is like...
Yes! And you know what, though? Honestly, I think most creative people have the most issues. You can say that for musicians, artists, poets. You know, I just think that creative people just have a lot of anxiety, and
we're too aware.
Yeah. So, what do you think it is?
We're too aware. Like, for me, it's like a lot of us were like really smart kids, or kids whose parents treated them like adults, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing for you. For me, it was like my mom had to work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She was an immigrant parent who constantly had multiple jobs.
Right. So how old was your mom when she came to this country?
22.
And were you born here?
No, I was 8 when my mom was 22.
Okay, so you do you remember?
Yeah.
You do remember coming.
Joke about it.
Yeah.
It was super cold when we got to the airport and we got off the airplane in Binghamton, and I was like, we gotta go. This is not not it. I was like, we gotta head out. Like,
yeah. So you were 8, so of course you remember all of it. You were 8 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember being like, this is definitely not where we should be.
Yeah. So I never asked you, how did your mother end up here?
Through like a, what is it called? Lottery kind of type immigration type thing where you get a sponsor.
Okay.
And they have like a thing where you come to, I don't know if it was an immigration office or something.
Right.
Out the people whose applications have been approved.
Okay.
And, my mom and dad weren't, they weren't legally married. They were traditionally married.
Right.
So even though he was my dad, only me and my mom could come over at first.
Okay.
Until she filed the paperwork.
So Binghamton is just like where you got your sponsor and everything. So that's how you ended up in this area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I went down to Texas to volunteer this past summer, because Catholic Charity Services in Binghamton is what helped my family.
Right. Catholic Charity does a tremendous amount for, I have a few friends that work for them. But yeah, I tell you, my ex-husband came here from Italy, and he was about 5 or 6. And he tells the story about his first time ever being in a car was driving to the airport to come to the United States. So he not only drove in a car, but he got on a plane. He had never seen television till he got here. And he said, I'll never forget my first time seeing television. It was like the Ed Sullivan Show and the Beatles were on. And he was like I didn't understand a damn thing they were saying, but I knew I was going to like it here. You know what I mean? When he saw like the music and and I'm thinking like that has to be crazy to like legitimately remember.
I remember this is so creepy. And when I looked it up on Google because I was like, I remember this house number and I remember the street of like where I grew up or when I first came to America, and I looked it up and I remember the way the house was or the apartment was like set up. Like when you walked in and like you went up these stairs and then in the back in a backyard and the neighbor. And I was like, this is so creepy that like I've had dreams of being in that house. And we didn't have TV or anything. But I remember when we moved to Virginia, we used to rent those yellow and blue Blockbuster things that come with the VHS in it.
Oh, yeah.
That you could rent.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember watching all of these movies that I didn't truly like understand. And then my mom was finally like, okay, wait, this is inappropriate. like the first time I saw nudity in a movie was I don't remember what the movie was, and I can't even Google like naked people in hot tub.
Right.
But I remember sitting there with my whole family, like my mom, my cousins, my aunts, and I'm like, we're gonna put in my favorite movie. And I put this movie in, and the girl, I'm sure if I like look it up, I can find it. Some girl gets in trouble because her date picks her up in front of her house. And I say out loud with like popcorn in my mouth in front of my whole family, uncles, cousins, everything. She should have gotten dropped off around the corner. And my whole family was like, what the hell? Like, what's this 9-year-old?
Yeah.
Or like, I think I was like 10 or 11 then. It's like, what is she doing? Saying like, yeah, definitely should have gotten dropped off around the corner. Yeah,
I mean, it's, you know, honestly, I can't remember too much about my childhood. I think it was, I don't know, my ADD. And like, as I got older, I'm very forgetful.
I remember before 11 and after like 16, like from 11 to 15, 16, like my mind just like shut off because that was like heightened trauma time.
Right.
And my therapist told me that like when traumatic things happen to you while you're going through puberty, your brain will forget, like just put it to the back of your brain so that you forget it.
Really? Regardless, right? Maybe?
Yeah, you have like ADHD and things like that. And in young girls, it's not diagnosed because they're like, oh, they're just emotional.
Yeah, I know. I'm always like, I mean, honestly, Ilhan, I can't remember something I did 3 days ago at this point. But, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I had really bad ADHD when I